Okay, let us start the topic. Yesterday we had done this particular topic, that is process of design. Okay, I think eight students have joined. Okay, not a big deal. We'll start with this, and then you complete the required topic what we have to complete. Okay, and then you can leave. Okay. So yesterday what we have done, I think yesterday we had a lecture, and in that particular session we have done this topic, that is process of design, the one previous topic. I think this was like, let me see what we have done. That was regarding human interaction speed. Okay, so we have seen how interaction can be done with a particular amount of speed. Okay, so what should be the speed, nominal speed. Okay, so all the general values were given, and we have considered the various communication methods. Okay, so based on that particular communication, we were having, we have categorized, we have summarized it into the reading, listening, speaking, keying, and handwriting. Okay, so these all are the different parameters or aspect on the basis of which we have seen the interaction speed. Okay, so, and after that we have seen the process of design. In this process we have seen, we have total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stages, 5 steps. Okay, we can say stages only. So five stages are there. The very first stage is that we have to know the requirements. Okay, that is what we wanted basically, what the user wanted basically. So in order to know that what user is required, so you can conduct interview session, you can conduct survey session, you can take the feedback from the user, and we have numerous way to take the inputs or the feedback or the suggestion from the user. Okay, so that's the very first stage, and after that we will analyze the data what we have collected, and we will take out the pros and cons of all those data or information what we have taken from those users. Okay, and then after analysis part, then we will go for the designing. Then we will decide our way. Okay, as you know that we take we refer a lot of papers, IEEE papers, and then after that, this is the paper. In this paper, you have this flaw, and this flaw. Like this, you do. Okay, and then yeah, and then last one, your proposed system will be having a complete solution of all those flaws. Okay, so in the same way, whatever data you have collected from various sources from the users. Okay, so then you are going to analyze it, and then will come on a single point. Okay, that I'm going to design and I'm going to do this thing. Okay, so your design is ready now. Okay, so you will go for the designing part. Okay, so you will follow some rules, some regulation guidelines, then design principle, that all you need to follow. And after the design, when it completes, then that prototype will be shown to the user. Okay, you might have seen that के beta version of an application is shown to the user, that कभी कभी ऐसा होता है एंड्रॉइड का जो नया वर्जन आता है उसका बीटा वर्जन नेक्सस फोन में और दूसरे फोन के अंदर दिया जाता है. Okay, अपडेट दिया जाता है. This is the beta version. We just use it and let us know that okay, what problems you are facing, so that we can resolve it. Okay, so that's the beta version. Okay, so that prototype is released among the users, and the inputs are taken, the feedback is taken from the user, whether that prototype is meeting the requirement what we have collected. Okay, if it is okay, then it will be implemented and deployed. Okay, accordingly. And if it is not up to the mark, if it is not according to the requirement of the user, then it will be again sent to the analysis part. Then it will be analyzed properly, then designed, and then prototype will be shown. Okay, so this is the complete process of design we have seen yesterday. Okay, coming to the next topic. Okay, see, these are the basic and miscellaneous topics which were given in the syllabus. So I just collect some of the information and put it over here so that you can have a look. Battery low. Just a second. I'll change my. But ये भाई साहब की बैटरी लो गई है. Charging. Okay. Am I audible? Okay, take. Okay, so the next topic, if we will go through the syllabus part, I always say you that okay, always go through the syllabus part. Okay, what on which chapter you are right now, which topic you have covered, not for the HMI, for each and every topic, for each and every subject you can go through. Okay, so always keep a copy of syllabus of your semester, okay, with you so that you can have a check also. Okay. So we are in the second chapter, that is design and software process. Then we have done this mistakes performed while designing computer system, computer interaction with computers, then importance of human characteristics, and then human consideration in design. Then ये दोनों अलग अलग पार्ट है, जो हम लोगों ने अलग अलग देखा. Then human interaction speed यहाँ तक. Then उसके बाद में डिजाइन बेसिक, डिजाइन प्रोसेस. तो डिजाइन प्रोसेस हम लोग ने देखा, ये वाला भी आ गया. तो डिजाइन प्रोसेस जो इसके पहले वाला था, that is the design, the process of the design. Okay, and after that design process we have a design scenarios. Okay, these are basically the different cases which has actually happened somewhere. Okay, होता है ना, we used to find some of the information from the actual happened cases. Okay, like you are doing something. Okay, for example, you are writing answer of one question which has been given you in the assignment. Okay, I'm just giving you one example. So पहले एक बार ये देख लो. So this is the process which is done. Then this is the design scenarios, then design navigation, then iteration and prototyping. Okay. So यहाँ तक हम लोग करेंगे आज, ये यानी कि scenarios, navigation and iteration and prototyping. These three topic we will be doing today. चलो वापस आते हैं. Coming to the actual point, ठीक है, जो कि हमारा ये टॉपिक है बेसिकली. So basically, your scenarios are nothing but the stories for the design. Okay, we can say the rich stories of interaction. Okay, like I told you, okay, we use if I think some question has been given in the assignment. Okay, write detail information about the human consideration in design. Okay, human consideration in design. आपको ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछा, so you will be searching that particular question ka answer. I have blank the screen. No need to worry. So simply by pressing B button, you can blank the screen. Okay, so that you can concentrate on math. Okay. So you will find the answer of that question on internet. Okay. So whatever question you will get, so you will find the answer of that question, because you will find the past stories first. Okay. Someone if someone you know आपको कभी कभी, okay, most of you people have already done it. MCQ based questions exams होते हैं आपके, so you used to find the answer of those questions by copying the whole text and pasting it in the internet. Google Chrome में आप इसको paste करते हैं, then you try to find the answer. Is what you do basically, you find the past scenarios. Okay, so when you see those past scenarios, then you will come to know about the actual answer of that question. Okay, in the same way, when you are going to design something, when in the process of design, you have to go through the past scenarios, or we can say the rich stories of the scenarios, rich stories of the interaction. For example, like I am making this particular mouse. Okay, I gave you the example of this particular mouse many times, but still I don't have any options. Okay, so I have this particular mouse. I just want to make this mouse. Okay, I want to build this mouse. Okay, so under this scenario situation, okay, I'll be searching for, I'll be searching for lot of mouse. Okay, wireless mouse. Okay, which is wireless. Okay, so I'll be reading and I'll be referring all the information. What is the size of the mouse? What is the weight of the mouse? Okay, how it functions. Okay, how it functions, and uh, uh, कहाँ कहाँ पे इसमें गलती हो सकती है, कहाँ कहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है. So all the things I will, हो सकता है, when you will keep it in the bag. Okay, so this is one of the case. Okay, which is one of the scenario it may happen when you keep this particular mouse in your bag, in your pocket. So accidentally this particular button can be pressed. Okay, and the slide may get changed. Okay, and you don't want this to be happen. So you will think for something. तो आपने क्या किया, ये पास्ट सिनेरियो से आपने कुछ इनपुट लिया. पास्ट सिनेरियो से आपने कुछ इनपुट लिया और उस इनपुट के बेस पे आपने उसको रिजॉल्व करने की कोशिश की. दैट ऑल सेज योर सिनेरियो. ओके, आपका सिनेरियो में सिर्फ यही है, इतनी सारी एक स्लाइड एंड देन दिस सेकंड स्लाइड, ये 2 स्लाइड के अंदर बस इतना ही लिखा. ठीक है, बट स्टिल हम लोग थोड़ा सा एक बार गो थ्रू कर लें. ठीक है, so scenarios are nothing but the past stories, or we can say rich stories of the interaction. Okay, and they are the simplest design representation, but one of the most flexible and powerful. बहुत theory इसके अंदर बहुत है. Okay, मतलब कंटेंट अगर आपको चाहिए तो जस्ट रेफर करो, कंटेंट आपको भरपूर मिल जाए. बट अगर आप लोग क्रक्स और जो मेन इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है अगर वो ध्यान में रखते हैं, सो दैट इज द क्वेश्चन का आंसर इज योर, द मार्क्स इज योर्स. Some scenarios are quite short. The user intend to press the save button. For example, कोई होगा, कोई application होगा. The user, मतलब ये पास्ट स्टोरीज पढ़ रहा है भाई साहब. The user intends to press the save button but accidentally presses the quit button, so loses his work. Okay, so ये हुआ. Okay, तो मैं भी इसी टाइप का एक सॉफ्टवेयर बना रहा था. But when I read this particular scenario, that accidentally user has pressed the quit button and he loses his work. So what I will do? बोलो मैं क्या करूंगा? चलो आप बोलो क्या करना चाहिए? We have two options. We have two buttons. I want answer from your side. Okay. Let देखते हैं कि आप लोग सिनेरियो का मतलब समझेंगे. You have two buttons. Okay. One is the save button and the second is quit button. Okay. So accidentally, instead of pressing the save button, I pressed on the quit button. और जैसे क्विट किया, ये दिस इज द पास्ट सिनेरियो. तो जैसे क्विट किया आपकी स्क्रीन बंद हो गई एंड वॉट एवर वर्क यू हैव डन दैट इज लॉस्ट. ओके, अब आप उसको अपने वर्क के अंदर, अपने डिजाइन में आप उसको कैसे चेंजेस करेंगे मुझे बताओ. आई विल वेट फॉर यू. अगर आपने आंसर बता दिए, ऑटो सेव दैट कैन बी वन ऑप्शन. बट एक और ऑप्शन जो मैं चाहता हूँ आप लोग बोले, can give warning. Very good. This is one option we can have. We can prompt a warning. Very good. So like we have seen in MS Word, MS Excel, like in MS Office or in any of the application, when we close the application, when we close the word processor, Excel sheet, or presentation, whatever application is there, when we try to close that particular application, it warns us. Okay, you want to save it or you want to. Okay, so that's the option. So ये कब हुआ, ये कब हुआ, ये भाई साहब ने जैसे कि एमएस वर्ड ने ये सब ऑप्शन कब डाला इसमें, ये आपको वार्निंग देना कब से शुरू किया. तो हुआ, पहले हुआ रहेगा ना ऐसा, पहले कभी ना कभी हुआ रहेगा ऐसा. तो तब जाकर आपको ये वार्निंग मिलने लगी कि यू वांट टू सेव योर वर्क और यू वांट टू लूज योर वर्क. ओके, so if you want to save your work, then you can save it on particular location. If you don't want to save it, then just close it. Okay, so that's the importance of the scenarios. Okay, right now each and everything is implemented. Each and everything are okay. They are good in design with all the proper option, with all the prompt, with all the warnings, and each and everything is implemented in the software. Okay, so we don't even think of all these things. Okay, कि ये सारी चीजें भी होना चाहिए, सारी चीजें आना चाहिए, because हर एक चीज जब हमको सब रेडीमेड माल मिल रहा है. Okay, so we are getting each and everything ready. Okay, when you are designing your software, then you need to think accordingly. Okay, so you can go through the different stories. Okay, you can go to the different scenario, that what was happened at that time, what was happened that time, उसमें क्या हुआ था, उसने prompt का जो डिजाइन है वो कैसे लिया था. So you can take the input from those things. Okay, so this is all your past stories, your scenarios says on. ठीक है, past stories refer करेंगे so that you can make your design good. That's all the crux of the whole 2 slides. और कुछ है काम? If you add more details, you can get a blow by blow करने छोड़ो, इसको छोड़ो. Coming to the next slide, what it says, this can help to verify that design would make sense to the user and also that proposed implementation architecture would work. Whatever you are making, that must be a good design. तो गुड डिजाइन कब बनेगी? जब तक आप पास्ट सिनेरियोज रेफर नहीं करेंगे. रेफर करते हैं ना हम लोग, अपने पिछले पेपर रेफर करते हैं, तभी जाकर नया हमारा पेपर बनता है. ठीक है, like we have lot of papers, we refer number of papers. Okay, when you do research, जब आप लोग मास्टर्स में या डॉक्टरेट में जब आप लोग रिसर्च करेंगे, so at that time you need to refer around 20 papers, 30 papers, 50 papers, 100 papers. Okay, our one of the guide, PhD guide, told us to refer around 50 papers. Okay, 50 papers मतलब कि refer करो, और refer करने के बाद में एक review paper बना. Okay, that's a task from one of the guide, our PhD guide. So basically, we have to refer the past scenarios, what actually happens, at that time, and then we have to refer. Why we have to refer? Because then we can make a change in our design in order to make the things okay, good, better, best, and okay. So in addition, scenarios can be used to communicate with others, other designer, client, or user. Theory part. Validate other models also. So we have to validate the work, the things are happening correctly or not. Express dynamics, individual screenshot and pictures. थोड़ा सा ठीक है. So if you understood the point क्या मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ, then it is okay, done. Okay, so it was the first no, not first part. देखो मैं आपको इसके लिए बताता हूँ हमेशा के कहाँ पर है ह्यूमन इंटरेक्टिव डिजाइन. ये आपका डिजाइन बेसिक के पहले हम लोगों ने पहले बेसिक पढ़ा. देन आपका डिजाइन प्रोसेस, द प्रोसेस ऑफ द डिजाइन ये पढ़ा. देन डिजाइन के सिनेरियोज. ओके, डिजाइन के सिनेरियोज हम लोग ने पढ़े. ओके, अब उसके बाद में वी हैव नेक्स्ट टॉपिक, दैट इज डिजाइन का नेविगेशन. ओके, व्हाट इज नेविगेशन, व्हाट इज डिजाइन नेविगेशन. एंड देन लास्ट में डिजाइन का इटरेशन एंड प्रोटोटाइपिंग. दैट इटरेशन एंड प्रोटोटाइपिंग इज वेरी सिंपल, that we have already seen in the process, but still it is a separate part, so we'll make it that. Okay, so now let us move to this part, that is navigation part, design navigation. Okay, चलो चलते हैं डिजाइन नेविगेशन. सो आपका नेविगेशन डिजाइन है या फिर आप इसको बोलो डिजाइन नेविगेशन वन द सेम. What I say is that whenever you design any application, or whenever you are designing any product or any model or any software, any process, okay, so that particular thing must be proper in its flow. Okay, must be proper in its flow and navigation. Okay, it must act as a good navigator. Okay, your application, your website, your product, your model, your machine must be a proper navigator. Okay, it must guide a user who is a new user, who is a new user. Okay, उस न्यू यूजर को प्रॉपरली गाइड करना चाहिए. ठीक है, कैसे? जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल वी हैव एन एप्लीकेशन. ओके, दैट वी हैव ऑलरेडी सीन, whatever we are learning in the theory session, that you can get a help from these theory session in your practicals. ठीक है, कहीं ना कहीं पे वो इम्प्लीमेंट होंगे, कहीं ना कहीं पे काम आएंगे. इसके लिए अगर आप लोग थोड़ा सा ध्यान देंगे, so absolutely it is going to map with the thing which you are going to perform in the practical. Okay, so let us imagine one of the application. Okay, so you have a login form. Okay, so you have a information of the student. Okay, one application in which the information of all the students, all the faculty, employees, that is we can see the stakeholders. इसमें students भी आ गए, आपके faculties भी आ गए, staff के सबकी information के अंदर stored है. Okay, so we have a login form first. Okay, so login form, if you are not a user, if you are not a registered user, then you must have to register first. But now it is showing you a login screen. Okay, तो अभी उसको क्या बताना चाहिए? If you will not provide, and if you will think that every user is a registered user, then what will happen? Your design won't work, your application won't work, because not all the users are the registered user. हो सकता है किसी यूजर को रजिस्टर पहले करेगा, फिर उसको यूजर आईडी पासवर्ड मिलेगा, and then he or she will log in. Okay, so that may be a common scenario. Okay, but अगर कभी आपने वो वहां पर नेविगेशन प्रॉपरली अगर प्रोवाइड नहीं किया, देन व्हाट विल हैपन, यूजर वोंट बी एबल टू रजिस्टर। एंड जब रजिस्टर नहीं कर पाएगा तो लॉग इन नहीं कर पाएंगे, जब लॉग इन नहीं करेगा तो यूज ही नहीं कर पाएंगे, जब यूज नहीं करेगा तो फिर आपका एप्लीकेशन, आपका वेबसाइट कैसे चलेगा। ओके, सो ईच एंड एवरीथिंग यू नीड टू थिंक। ये तो हो गया एक केस। ओके, ओके, इफ यू विल प्रोवाइड प्रॉपरली, अगर आपने फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे लॉगिन फॉर्म के अंदर यूजर नेम, पासवर्ड, एंड बिफोर एंड आफ्टर दैट यू हैव प्रोवाइडेड, if you are not registered then you can register here, okay, बाय क्लिकिंग, आगे का गायब हो गया, ठीक है। और एप्लीकेशन के एंड में आपने कोने में या वेबसाइट के एंड में कोने में आपने एक जगह अपने लिंक प्रोवाइड की, क्लिक हेयर टू रजिस्टर। इज इट अ प्रॉपर नेविगेशन? Is it a proper navigator? Is it a proper navigation you are providing to the user in order to forward the user to the registration page? ये आपका प्रॉपर वे नहीं हुआ है। आपको इमीडिएटली जहां पर आप ये बोल रहे हो कि इफ यू आर नॉट अ रजिस्टर्ड यूजर देन क्लिक हियर, और वहां पर आपको लिंक प्रोवाइड करना चाहिए, सो दैट when user read this statement, if you are not a registered user then you can click it, so immediately he or she will click over it, okay। अगर आपने उसको प्रॉपरली प्रोवाइड नहीं किया, कहीं और प्रोवाइड किया, किसी और पेज पे आपने प्रोवाइड किया, यूजर को क्या मालूम कैसे? तो your application, your website, your design, your model will guide the user to do what they have to do next option, okay। नेक्स्ट ऑप्शन क्या है, क्या उसको एक्शन परफॉर्म करना है, तो ये आपका जो मॉडल है ये अब है, ये हमको बताएंगे, ठीक है। तो देयर मस्ट बी अ प्रॉपर नेविगेशन। सो बेसिकली इसके लिए बोलते हैं जो हमारा डिजाइन का नेविगेशन है, तो नेविगेशन प्रॉपर होना चाहिए। जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल देखो, इन आई थिंक यस्टरडे वी हैड प्रैक्टिकल इन दैट वी हैव टू डिजाइन वन नेविगेटर, ओके। सो उसके अंदर सारी इंफॉर्मेशन आपको सामने दे दी है, ठीक है, लाइक द बेस्ट ट्रैवल गाइड, ओके, मुंबई, ऐसा करके हम लोग ने कुछ आपको डिजाइन मैंने आपको बताया था, ठीक है। देन आफ्टर दैट आपने कुछ गैलरी वगैरह देखा, ठीक है। So पहले obviously if the person is new in Mumbai, then you have to show all the images and all the reputed places in Mumbai first, okay। जब आप ये बताएंगे तब सामने वाला उसमें से एक जगह को डिसाइड करेगा और वो जगह पे फिर आप उसको लेकर जाओ। दैट्स द प्रॉपर वे, दैट्स द प्रॉपर नेविगेशन। एक स्टेप, उसके बाद में क्या आना चाहिए वो, उसके बाद में तीसरा ऑप्शन क्या आना चाहिए वो, उसके बाद में फोर्थ ऑप्शन, एंड लाइक दैट, ओके। सो आपने डायरेक्टली बस बोल दिया कि यू गो टू गेटवे ऑफ इंडिया, आपने डायरेक्ट उसको बोल दिया, सो ठीक है चला तो जाएगा, बट यू हैव नॉट प्रोवाइडेड प्रॉपर ऑप्शंस फर्स्ट, ओके। सो आपने नेविगेट उसको प्रॉपरली नहीं किया। दैट्स यू नो navigation is very very important in our interaction, in our design, so that the interaction should be a successful interaction and a proper way of interaction, okay। So let us read what are the things which are written in this particular slide. The object of the design is not just a computer system or a device, but a socio-technical intervention as a whole. तो भाई सिर्फ कंप्यूटर सिस्टम से इंटरेक्शन करना है ये खाली मकसद नहीं है, बल्कि देयर इज अ इंटरेक्शन व्हिच इज गोइंग ऑन, सो इन दैट रिजल्ट some socio-technical intervention has to be done, okay। As design progresses, we come to a point where we do not need to consider these most tangible output of the design. Okay, so we don't even think about the navigation. क्या हम ऐसे गाइड भी करना है यूजर को, यूजर समझ लेगा, यूजर कर लेगा, यूजर ऑप्शन फाइंड आउट कर लेगा। So we can't rely on user to find their option from their own. Okay, we have to provide those option in the proper way so that one after another, वन के बाद में टू आता है, टू के बाद में थ्री आता है, थ्री के बाद में फोर आता है, इन दैट, ठीक है। Imagine yourself using a word processor. You interact at several levels. Okay, if you are using one word processor, then you may interact with the different widgets. Okay, you can interact with the screen. You can interact with the window. आप विंडो को मिनिमाइज करो, मैक्सिमाइज करो, उसको रिसाइज करो, whatever you want you can do. This is the interaction you are performing with the word processor. Navigation within the application, okay, so you can go to a number of options, within the application, like you will go to the file में जाके आपने edit किया, सेव किया, रिनेम किया, सेव एज किया, एडिट में जाके आपने कॉपी किया, कहीं पेस्ट किया. So you are, so the things, the application is navigating you. The application act as a navigator for you, and it is guiding you to do the required option what you want. You want to copy the things, you will select it. Okay, you will select the text and you will find the option to copy. Okay, we'll go to file, we'll go to edit, then edit. In edit it will guide you. Okay, in edit you have one option like copy. Okay, so we'll click on copy, so that the things will be copied. After that, you will go to the required destination, you will go to the destination location, and then you will paste it. You will go to the file, sorry, edit, and then you will paste it. Okay, so this is how application is navigating you to do a required option. Okay, to do required task, to do required actions. See, so environment regarding, for example, you want to copy some text from any other application, like you want to copy the things from the text editor and you want to paste it inside the word processor or MS Word. Okay, so you will go out of the word processor, you will copy the things, and then you will come back and then you will paste the thing. Okay, so like environment is also important. So this is just one example, but the crux is that your application, your model must navigate the user so that proper action is being performed by the user one after another. That's the simple. Okay, navigation. Coming to the next one and the last one, that is iteration and prototyping. Okay, I think this particular part we have already seen in the design process, but this is mentioned in the syllabus. It is mentioned separately also. Okay, so एक बार repeat करने में क्या जाता है? We'll repeat this one and we'll stop. Okay. Okay, so the last topic for today is iteration and prototyping. This particular मैंने इसको सोचा भी थोड़ी देर के बाद में कि why this particular topic has been repeated. Okay, even it was there in the design of the process, but it is repeated क्योंकि ये important है. देख, iteration and prototyping. It is there in the process of design. You can see ये आपका design and this prototype. Okay, so some iteration is being done over here. Okay, so but this particular topic has been repeated. So let us go through this particular slide. So the topic, that is iteration and prototyping. What it does mean. Iteration, repetition. Prototyping, making a model, making a sample of the work what you have done. Okay, and show it to the user. If it is according to the requirement, then user or the intended user or the stakeholder will see across the application or the model or the design what you have made, and he or she will verify it, and if it is okay, then it will pass it. Okay, if it is not okay, if it is not according to the requirement, then simply it will say it is not according to the requirement, you have to repeat it. Then you have to make the second iteration. In second iteration, you will do the required changes. After that changes, again it will be shown to the user. Again, it's a beta version. It will be shown to the user. If it is okay, then it will be passed and it will be deployed. It will be implemented and deployed. Okay. And if it is not okay, then again you have to do the required changes. Again, you have to do the iteration. Okay, so iteration and prototyping are the we can say the actions. Okay, which are performed number of times. Okay, because until and unless we will meet the requirement of the user, we cannot leave this particular topic. We cannot leave these two topic as it is. Okay, so I think with the help of this example, we can easily understand. मैंने चेंज कर चुका हूँ स्टाइल, लेकिन अभी तक रिफ्लेक्ट नहीं हुई है. लेट अस सी कब आती है. अब आई है. ठीक है. So see, this is the role of prototyping. Okay. So as we have received the design after analysis part, you know the design process. You know the design process. In design process, I'm repeating this particular diagram again and again so that you will memorize this particular diagram. So in this particular diagram, you can see we have collected the requirements, then analysis part, and after that design. And after designing, we have iteration and prototyping part. Okay, so let us move to the actual diagram of iteration and prototyping. Okay, this diagram is very simple, but says a lot. Okay, so after designing whatever based on the requirement, based on the analysis, whatever design you have made, you are going to make the prototype. Okay, you are going to make the model. You are going to make the sample. Okay, अभी तक reflect नहीं आने तो पहले आया दिया. Okay, so after you have design, okay, so you will make the model, you will make a sample, okay, and that particular sample will be evaluated. That particular sample will be evaluated, and if that sample after evaluation, if it is okay, then it will be sent to the deployment and implementation and deployment part. Okay, if after evaluation, if it is not according to the requirement, then it will be redesigned. Okay, so that वो वहां पे था ना खाली बस प्रोटोटाइपिंग वाला जो था छोटा सा प्रीवियस डायग्राम के अंदर, तो यहाँ पर उस डायग्राम को थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन किया है, थोड़ा सा और इलाबरेट किया है. ओके, so if after evaluation, if you find that okay, the things are not okay, then if you find that the things are not okay, it is not according to the requirement, then the thing will be redesigned. Okay, and after redesign, another sample, another model or prototype will be made, and it will be evaluated again. Okay, if it is okay, then it will be done. If it is not okay, then it is again given to the redesigning body. Okay, so it will be redesigned according to the changes what they have said, and after changes, then again prototype will be shown to the user. If it is okay, then done. If not done, then again. So this iteration process can be done number of times until and unless the requirements are met. Okay, so जब तक requirement met नहीं होगा, जब तक requirement मिलेगा नहीं, तब तक तो हम लोग कुछ करने वाले नहीं हैं. Okay, और जब रिक्वायरमेंट मिल जाए, जब हमारा काम हो जाए, ऐसा लगे कि नहीं काम हो चुका है, and all the things, the model, the software, the process is according to the requirements, then we are done. Then we can implement the things, we can implement the software, and we can deploy it also. Okay, so this is all about the iteration and prototyping. Okay, so this all comes under the process of the design. Okay, sorry, process of the design बल्कि designing में. So design basic, process of design, design scenarios, design navigation, and then prototyping and iteration. Okay, the things are simple. We just need to remember the diagram, what we have seen earlier, and the diagram which is in front of you right now. Okay, so this is all about the design. Okay, in the next session, we will start with the HMI in software process. Okay, आने तो दो. बहुत बहुत लैग कर रहा है आज, मॉर्निंग से बहुत लैग कर रहा है. Okay. HMI in software process. I'm not starting. Don't worry actually. So HMI in software process will start, and I think if you have not forgot, then you will remember this diagram SDLC. You will remember this diagram. अरे आया भी नहीं, बहुत लैग कर रही है. चलो खैर इसमें आप लोग कल दिखा दूंगा. This is all about the SDLC model, that is software development life cycle. Then we have waterfall model. Then उसके बाद में आपका है स्पाइरल मॉडल. ये सब मैंने मॉडल डाल के रखा हूँ सो दैट आप लोग भी देखें. ये वाला कौन सा मॉडल है ये मेरे समझ में नहीं आया, जो V शेप का होता है. In the first phase there is a verification and in second phase there is validation. तो बताएंगे मुझे इस मॉडल का नाम? V मॉडल. मैंने सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग नहीं पढ़ा हूँ। पक्का पक्का भी मॉडल बोलते हैं? अच्छा। ओके, सो ये हमारा सॉफ्टवेयर प्रोसेस में कैसे अप्लाई होता है, सो दैट वी विल लर्न। और उसके बाद में फिर कुछ और टेक्निक्स हैं। डिजाइन रूल, डिजाइन यूजिबिलिटी इंजीनियरिंग, गोल डायरेक्टेड डिजाइन, दीज आर द फ्यू टॉपिक्स व्हिच आर रिमेनिंग। एंड ये हो जाता है तो विल बी कंप्लीटिंग दिस पर्टिकुलर चैप्टर। ओके। सो चलो ठीक है, आज का दिन रुकते हैं, यहीं पर रुकते हैं। लीव यू अर्ली।